Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 7, pinches, of Too Much to Handle. I am Billy the Kid. I'm here with my main man, the mighty AO. What's up, brother?
What's up, my brother? It's good to be back.
How you doing?
It's good, bro.
You ready to rock out another episode of this shit?
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about rocking out. We're going to be talking about some music today.
Oh, we're going to be talking about a lot of music today. As usual, in general, we will start with my little weekend update of AO's crazy dating life.
Yeah, you got a little sneak peek.
I will say I did get a little preview of AO and his flavor of the week.
It's flavor of the week. Jeez.
What am I wrong? I think that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
Anyway, my man AO met me at a bar this Saturday, one of our regular spots with, I'm just going to say flavor of the week, FOTW, I don't know, whatever you want me to call her. I don't even remember her name, but... yeah,
I wanted to, come and have a drink with you. And
I know, were you trying to get my approval on her right away? Or, she was decent looking. I had no issues with her. Seemed like your kind of gal. I'll just leave it at that. Woo! seemed like an AO gal. I will say that. Am I wrong?
I think you're pretty right on.
Yeah,
I'm wondering, but I don't even want to ask.
No, please ask. Please, that sounds delicious. Please ask. Come on. What's your question? Ask me. What did I think?
I went in to go. I just went to go meet you up for a drink over there and see what you thought of her.
Yeah, she was a nice gal. I just remember distinctly you telling me, she's very spiritual. And I was like, oh no, spiritual, like how,
if she's religious or if she was.
Yeah, and you were like, I don't know. And I just remember telling you, because I was kind of half in the bag that night, I'm not going to lie. But I do remember telling you, spiritual girls suck in bed, dude. I'm telling you, those flower petal, chakra, stone on your chest.
And that's pretty much where, she was talking to me about. I'm, trying to feel open-minded about taking everything that she's saying. She's talking about numbers, talking about astrology, talking about chakra.
Your, month numbers and your...
She did the adding up.
Adding up and divided by 73, the magic 73. Or whatever the fuck. What is that shit?
Frequencies, energy.
Oh, so chakras. Did she channel her inner shaman and try to fucking bring out your true character and figure out if you were
I'm the one,
her soulmate, and
so that's interesting.
In the force field of all that as well.
I'm into self-development. I was eating this shit up too. But
eating it up, or just like you were attracted to her and you're like
all that and above. Yeah, and, I was being a yes man because she was doing some. I told you I injured myself, and she just did her little Reiki massage therapy on me, and it's weird.
Did she give you the fucking Miyagi fucking release all the tension massage?
No.
Did she like candles and incense and stuff?
No, she did. She helped me out. Good person. I had a good time.
Oh, I'm not knocking her as a person at all. She was nice as pie. Don't get me wrong. It's just those spiritual ones. Oof, those are fucking.
Yeah, you were telling me. You were giving me
those are not my fucking forte. But
why?
You're actually kind of a spiritual, positive thinker kind of guy. I'm surprised. Every time I'm in your apartment, I don't see fucking shaman hanging on the wall or fucking masks and shit.
The Buddha.
Although you do have love and dream fucking plaques in your wall, so that's kind of weird. But and even on your, I do distinctly remember on your calendar hanging in your wall above your office, it does say peace, love, and peace. So I'm kind of wondering the redundancy of peace. Are you all about peace?
I'm trying to be. Yeah, I'm in a difficult day-to-day type.
Is that the PTSD? You just peace, love, and peace?
There we go.
Is that how it is? I'm just wondering. I don't know.
This person actually added this trust onto, because I seem to stay single, and she's trying to get me on the right path on trusting chicks, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, if she wrote trust on the board, that is a positive, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. Every time you meet one of these gals on MySpace or fucking Plenty of Fish or whatever the fuck it is. Like, isn't trust like one of the issues? Like, especially like Plenty of Fish. Like, remember we've had this conversation. I'm not gonna
harp into it, but
beat a dead horse. But you know,
people are not.
Like, chicks are not on Plenty of Dead Fish to try to meet their soulmate. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So please tell me this one was not Plenty of Fish.
Nobody.
No.
No.
Nobody.
It was Match.
It was Match.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've dug into this a little bit, but for her to be that, I don't know, spiritual. We'll just say spiritual. When you're meeting someone on Match, how much criteria do you have to fucking input to match you with these people? Because it seems to me, it just seems like Hispanic mom and ching, it fucking works. Is there some? Please tell me there's more to it than that.
So what are you saying, buddy? So you're saying all of them are just Hispanic ladies that I'm attracting right now?
Shit, there's nothing wrong with that. Hispanic women are beautiful. I'm just wondering
no, they are all moms.
Does she have kids too?
Yeah, she.
Aha! I think you clicked the Hispanic mom like button.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you've had a string of those.
Yeah.
Are you looking to be stepdaddy?
No.
Because I'm one, and it's cool.
Hey, you do a good job at it too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's no shame in that.
No, it was a good date. But yeah, it was fun. It was funny. I was asking you what you thought about her, and when I said spiritual, you had little.
Ugh, that just rings a weird bell for me, buddy. Like, I remember back in my late 20s bartending and like meeting chicks like that, like, are all into numbers and chakras and all that shit. And oh God, no fucking thank you. Like, I mean, for me, I'm an asshole though. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't have time or patience to deal with fucking people that are that deep, because I'm apparently a shallow Hal. But for you, if that works for you, and you are kind of like you're the heavy thinker of the group, and I'm the heavy drinker, so I get it.
No, we went to a couple spots. I not just her. I got a chance to meet a couple other new friends out there.
Oh, you have more. Oh, give it to me. Give me the juice, baby.
Have you been in Cantanto? Over in North Park, they got a little good.
That's on University, correct?
Yeah, they got a little happy hour, good craft beer, half price wine, like 12 to 6, and I met a little hairstylist there.
Oh, a hairstylist,
cosmetologist.
Oh boy,
they're all. But I'm noticing nothing against the other girls. All these girls are spiritual out here.
Wow, you are just batting 1,000 right now with the whack jobs, huh? No, I'm gonna have every hairstylist I know fucking emailing me. You fucking scumbag. Fuck you. Blah 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 blah.
Hey, I'm all about it.
I'm just talking about my experience. I have no other leg to stand on other than just the shit I've gone through in my single days, which were a long time ago. So you met a hairstylist, and how did that go?
It was good. Same thing again with the other date. She's kind of spiritual, talking about the chakras, and I'm like, dude, am I tracked? What kind of? I guess I'm like on that.
That's what I'm saying. You might want to go through your profile again and fucking rethink your fucking likes and dislikes, or however that shit works. Because, otherwise, we're gonna have to tattoo a fucking red dot in your forehead, or a little flame or something, whatever. And
the third eye.
You're gonna have to grow a long beard, and I don't know. Your apartment's pretty nice. I don't know if you want to hang masks and fucking incense sticks everywhere. I don't know. I don't even know how that shit works. Anyway, so there was the 2 over the weekend.
Yeah, it's been a busy week.
So, okay, well, I met the one. I met fucking Saturday Shaman. How did that one work out?
That's the thing. The reasons why it's been busy. I saw her twice prior to that. So
when she fucking cast a spell on you, you were drawn back.
I guess so. I told you about this healing shit that she's doing. I'm like, I guess
she did the Miyagi shit on you, so you had to come back.
Yeah, I'm like sold on it.
So did she have you fucking sanding the floor or painting the fence at her fucking house or what?
I know. I gotta like fucking. She should be charging me.
Fuck. Okay. So and just the 2. Any other juice you got for me that I could totally bust your balls on, or is that it?
That's
oh,
it.
you're looking new. There might be a third one. No? Just the two? Okay, so the hairstylist, it just ended there at the University Avenue place. And what's it called? Incantoro? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
I can't think of the name.
It's on the corner of 30th and Universities. El Cantanto.
Something like that, yeah. I know what
So
you're talking
the reason
about.
why I wanted to
Looks
bring
like
up, I thought it was a
spot.
cool restaurant, and
Well, cool.
it was a cool.
Did you guys eat?
Yeah, we had some drinks, and that's pretty much. I had a good time just meeting some new people.
Well, you said yeah when I asked you if you ate. Did you eat there? Was the food good?
Yes, I had some ribeye tacos.
Good stuff.
Yeah, some tapas.
So we're gonna give them a
it was
little plug.
Yeah,
Sorry we can't pronounce the name correctly, but I promise next week I will get it right and I'll give them a proper plug. But it was good.
It was really good. They
good.
do these. You flip a coin, then you get 2 flips. You get a flip for whoever you're with, and you can get a drink for free. So you can not only the half price wine and beer. It's a good spot. I was impressed.
Cool. So you were in hipster paradise, North Park. That's cool.
Checking it out.
Hey, fucking A. Whatever works. Speaking of the weekend, obviously the talk of the town. Everyone's been fucking going crazy about the obvious Connor McGregor and Khabib fight. What's your take on it? I mean, Khabib fucking destroyed him. Obviously, I mean, we'll talk about the fight itself first.
I've been watching the whole.
That you know.
There's that whole build up before
after.
that. No, I went over one of my buddy's house barbecue. It was all fights were. I don't want to get straight into that fight. This whole UFC card was pretty awesome. There was a lot of knockouts.
There was good fights. I'm bummed my boy Pettis lost because he had to stop
Tony
fighting because
Ferguson
his hand was broke.
Yeah, that was an exciting fight.
I'm a Pettis guy. Pettis is the pride of Milwaukee, so obviously I'm in his corner. Like when my wife and I went to Vegas and he knocked out, or did he knock him out? No, he submitted. What was that one guy's name? The skinny white guy with the beard who was talking all kinds of shit. Good fighter, and Pettis came out of nowhere as an underdog and fucked him up in Vegas at the.
Is that the fight you went to?
The Cormier fight.
Oh, Mike Chiesa.
What's that guy's name? Damn it. Anyway, Pettis is my guy, and I
His
heard
brother
that it was
fought
a
on that card
bloodbath.
also.
I heard it was a great fight, but
he
then
broke
Pettis,
his hand in the
Pettis
fourth
broke
round.
his hand, and the doctors wouldn't let him continue. So, I'm sure they'll pick up again sometime. I hope, because I mean,
he fought a champion. Tony Ferguson was a champ before he got hurt.
But I heard Pettis held his own though. Yeah.
Yeah, he really had a lot of heart. His coach had to call him out and said, "Hey, dude, you can't go back in."
Well, I heard the doctor told him he couldn't go back in too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I heard. I didn't see the fight, so I'm asking you.
And no, his coach called it. And then I went to. Do you know who the Black Beast is?
No, who's that?
Derek Lewis. Is
he one of the guys I saw fight in that fucking dancing charade? He was the.
He's a heavyweight.
No, he was one of the guys that fucking.
Correct. Yes, at Vegas,
guy,
that
they
they
tapped around and didn't even touch each other for 3 rounds, and they pretty much booed him out of the octagon.
Exactly.
Oh,
well,
so he fought again.
He fought, and he knocked the guy out in the 4th round out of nowhere. He was losing. Almost the guy pretty much knocked him out.
He was losing.
Yeah, the other guy's way more technical, a lot taller, and he's not. He's kind of a sloppy fighter, but he has a lot of heart, and he has that big right hand.
Yeah, he's a big, strong dude. Like he looks like a fucking monster.
Yeah, I knocked him out at the last end of the fight. And,
no shit.
Yeah,
okay,
cool.
Cool.
That was a great fight. So that was one.
I missed. Like I said, I missed the fight. I was jammed up, but I had friends who watched the Khabib Connor fight, and
this was the biggest fight of all time. Pay-per-view numbers.
Oh, dude, they were out of control.
All the bars. Usually, the bars don't have the fights down here. Every bar was having the fights.
A lot of bars had it. A lot of bars that had higher capacity where they could get the return in either cover charge or in bar sales.
It was such a personal fight of arguments between country, religion.
Okay, well let's get into the Khabib Connor fight. Now I know because I've seen that Khabib fucked him up. Like there's no doubt about it. They look like they were in 2 different classes. Connor was not prepared for this fight. He was not. He was out of his league in this fight. Khabib
he was, but he did handle his own. Comparatively speaking, to any people that tries as a wrestler to hold you down, he got out of his holds, and I was surprised that he was able to get up. It had to what Khabib did, what no one thought he would be doing. he did
was throwing punches.
Exactly,
that
and
were
he was
fucking
landing
up.
that.
I saw that huge right hand he threw
because he was tiring him down
when Connor was coming in and just shoved him backwards with that huge right. I can't believe that one didn't knock him out. Like that was a big right. But
it was an
I
exciting
heard,
fight the
like,
whole time.
Somehow Connor won the third round 10-9.
Yes, that's where I thought, dude, he's going to turn this around. He's getting tired.
Yeah, but then he got mangled in the fourth round.
You can't that pressure.
Khabib's just a.
Because I just like I told you, I just started jiu-jitsu and I was in class today before we came in, and it's all about pressure. If someone has you wrapped like an anaconda,
that's Khabib's fight though. It was like he even says like I don't stop. He just keeps coming at you and he tries to take you down and fucking maul you and
he was very successful. He did his job.
Even before I knew the outcome of the fight, like when you and I met on Saturday night, when you brought the shaman in with you, I had guys that were Connor fans telling me like, oh dude, like Connor was way overmatched. Like it wasn't even, there's not even a discrepancy in the fight. Like he lost big time. Like he got handled.
I believe the true fighters, that people that knew the game, they said Khabib was going to win, and I was like, nah, I'm a dreamer, as you said, and I wanted Connor to win because he came out with his own whiskey. He had brilliant interviews out there. He was telling people,
no one's going to take away Connor's ability to run his mouth. He's the best shit talker in the game.
There's that thing where people will love you and hate you.
But I think where it crossed the line for Khabib was like even during the fight, like what sparked Khabib to jump over and be a fucking maniac was Connor's corner was like talking shit about his religion and his father and his faith and his country and like talking just mad shit the whole fight.
But it wasn't worth it.
There's only so much a man can take before he snaps. Now I'm not justifying Khabib fucking jumping over and jumping into the crowd and doing all that shit, but I get it. I guess I just get it because I'm a dude.
Maybe he didn't think about
you talk about my family, my parents. I'm gonna fucking choke you out. So I mean I understand where he's coming from. My problem is with him jumping in. It was after the fight. No one got sent to a hospital. No one got hurt in or out of the ring, and yet they're treating Khabib 10 times harder already than Connor, who snuck into an arena with a lynch mob, smashed up a bus, chased people down, did all that crazy shit.
But Connor didn't even press charges on what he was doing.
How could he?
I know. How could he? Yeah, exactly. Because
he fucked up fighters on that bus.
He did
with
fuck up
glass and
fighters.
shit. Like, and he got a slap on the wrist.
But we don't know
Did Connor get fined from UFC? Did Connor get suspended from UFC? Did Connor get anything withheld from him? All Connor did was deal with legal ramifications. So if Khabib's got to deal with legal ramifications, fine. But for Dana to withhold his purse, the Nevada Athletic Commission,
they're the people that held the purse.
Athletic Commission, whatever.
What was it?
I think the fight was in New York, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was Vegas. No.
Was it in Vegas? Oh, yeah, you're right. It was in Vegas. Yeah, because it was Nevada. So for Nevada Athletic Commission to withhold his purse still and try to, like, possibly strip his belt.
So this week's going to be an interesting week, what happens and what the outcome of that, how that happens. People are going to have a perspective, like how you're saying,
well, that's
comparing
just
to Connor. Yeah, no,
that's
but that's a good opinion. Like, comparing it, we have something to compare it to. Connor was
someone who was criminally negligent and smashed.
He said his dad's going to give him more shit than
all
what.
That shit. Like, come on. Like, how is this fair for Khabib to deal with this shit?
Dude, that was just wrong. What he did anyway.
Oh, he was wrong. No, like I said, I'm not
justifying
what
when
he did.
You win.
If he should have won, he should have got up, been the classy guy, and then did the post fight interview and been like, "Ha! I fucking told you I was going to mash this guy."
He mashed him and he held his chokehold a little bit longer than he should have. Like he wanted to tear his head off, and that was like.
Well, yeah. When someone talks that kind of shit to you, I don't blame him for that. I mean, it wasn't. He didn't do anything that was extraordinary. It wasn't that bad. I've seen guys throwing haymakers after a referee's pulled him off. So this wasn't. I'm not even hearing that kind of story. You know
so
what I mean?
Hypes the UFC more. The people are going to want to watch it.
Well,
it's
that's
violence.
The thing. Like all this did is, I'm just saying in the outcome, I think he's not going to be stripped of his title. I think there will be a rematch. Connor called Khabib immediately asking for a rematch, which I think is stupid on Connor's point because he's going to get his ass kicked again. But they're going to do it anyway because it's going to be. Do you know how much money the UFC is going to make on a fucking rematch of those two? They're going to once again break history with fucking pay-per-view.
It did go 4 rounds, and Connor did do a good job. I was proud of him, even though he lost. I thought if it just all that
good job, he got fucking manhandled, bro.
But he handled himself for being pretty good under pressure.
He was halfway through the first round. You knew he was deflated. You knew he was beat.
You didn't even watch it. He did a good job.
I told you I watched that fight. I've seen that fight. I didn't see any of the undercard.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the Connor fight?
Yeah.
So you okay? I thought he did a good job. You think he's deflated?
I just knew. I just thought after the halfway through the first round, the inevitable was set.
But we just talked about the third round when he had a chance to come back.
Yeah, a chance. Big deal.
I thought he was.
Yeah, but Khabib's not a fucking punk, dude. The guy's undefeated.
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
He's badass.
I was proud of him, but yeah, he fucked up, and it's interesting what's going to happen, what we find out over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so besides the UFC, I did want to touch a little bit on baseball.
Yeah, that's what's hot right now. If we're going into playoffs,
baseball is hot. We are in the NLDS and NLCS. I am going to obviously plug my beloved Milwaukee Brewers because not only did they fucking beach, they were okay. Here's the deal: the beginning of September, they were 5 games back from Chicago. Not only did they come back to tie them,
but didn't they start out with the best record in the first half?
Yeah, they usually do. The last couple of years, they've been that team. They come out smoking hot and then cooled off after the break.
I'm just surprised they're.
But they came back. They picked up a lot of key additions, though. They got Mike Moustakas. They got
they did some key trades.
They got they picked up some pitchers. They picked up some bats. They, like I said, Moustakas was a big addition. They just turned it on. They turned it on at the end of the year. They came back in September after being 5 games out of first. They came back to tie Chicago and force the tiebreaker game.
Was it for wild card too, right?
Well, before the wild card playoff, it was the tiebreaker for the division. They beat Chicago in Chicago, which let me tell you, kiss my ass, Cubs, and your fans. Kiss my fucking hairy ass. Fuck you guys.
Is that how it goes?
That is how it goes.
You sound like Khabib right now. There's no worse. There's like, why don't you just,
you know what?
shake hands
I've been listening to
and congratulate
Cub fans and their bullshit for so fucking long. You have no idea.
So
they can kiss my ass.
You sound like Khabib. All right.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you know what? He's the champion, so fuck off.
Okay,
anyway, so we beat Chicago in the tiebreaker.
But your Brewers are not the champions, and they're going to play my LA Dodgers.
Well, no, we are. We do have the number 1 seed in the NL, and we do own home field throughout the playoffs.
So when I beat
you are coming to my house.
I
don't. You know what? I don't even want to hear you talk about I beat you. You are so not a sports fan. It's not even funny. Like,
come on, I grew up. I mean, I lettered in baseball, and I grew.
LA's. Okay,
this is my
Dodgers first baseman? Thank you. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know. Who's the starting pitcher in Game 1? You don't even know.
It's Kershaw.
So just stop. No, actually, it's not. So.
You're lucky. You're just lucky.
Thine ass. Anyway.
But we'll be winning, and then I won't talk shit like how you're talking shit like on the Cubbies. Well,
you know what?
Just to my Cubby fans.
The thing was what was
it's
cool,
all right.
what was interesting about it is because not only the Brewers and the Cubs have a tiebreaker, but the Dodgers and the Rockies had a tiebreaker for the NL West. So it was history in the making that not one but 2 teams had a tiebreaker game even before the wild card game.
So the bars are busy right now.
No, it was good for everybody.
Yeah, it's exciting when there's good baseball.
Of course, the Dodgers beat the Rockies, and the Rockies had to play the Brewers after the Brewers beat the Cubs. Blah 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 blah. Make a long story short, we played the Rockies. We swept them in 3 games. Peace out. Now, obviously, after today's events, after the Dodgers beat the Braves 2-1, we got the Dodgers in Milwaukee on Friday, and I'm excited. I think I don't know if I'm most excited about us being in the NLCS or the fact that we knocked the Cubs out in Chicago out of the playoffs.
It's going to be great, LA having a couple championships in 2018 and 19. We're going to have the Dodgers and the Lakers with LeBron James up here. This is exciting times.
Well, we did mention that you were a spiritual dreamer.
Yeah,
so
dream, love, and peace.
Keep dreaming on that one.
And then me and Kobe probably have some drinks
That's
with
the
Magic.
thing from reality. Anyway, go Brew Crew, and
this is gonna be exciting. When do we start our?
We're gonna beat those Doyers.
Is it Thursday?
Game 1's Friday in Milwaukee.
All right.
So by the time we record our next podcast on Monday, one of us is going to talk shit. And if you get crazy, I'm going to fucking punch you in the neck because you're not a baseball fan.
I got Khabib next to me. Jeez. Champ. My bad. Take it easy. My bad.
Champ. That's all you know.
We'll see what the Nevada commission says.
True. So before we get to the half,
we got
want to talk about
a little bit of football.
No, we're going to skip football this week because it's just week 5 and it's not really that exciting. I mean, the Browns won. That's cool. My beloved Pack fucking blew a game again.
That's why you don't.
Now. But there wasn't really anything exciting in football this week. There, wasn't nothing too crazy. I did want to jump into music though because I know we cover a lot of concerts, and tomorrow I was scheduled to go see Ozzy out at Mattress Firm Amphitheater, and after getting a VIP parking pass from my buddy who's got a box there, I got an email 5 minutes later saying that the fucking show was suspended and postponed until October 18th. So that sucks.
Yeah, how'd that come last minute? What happened?
Well, what happened was what I'm hearing is Ozzy had somehow got an infection in his hand. Shit. And had to have surgery this past week because a couple other shows got canceled. And his doctors were saying that he needs more time off to let it heal before he gets on stage.
Before
which
he
is
starts
kind of bizarre
biting some bats off or something.
Yeah, but it's not like he's running around like a fucking...
Who's playing with him?
Stone Sour is opening.
No way.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm 99% positive there'll be one other opening band, but you never know that. It's never listed on the ticket. But I would imagine
I might have to go too. Get some pass up on the.
The opening band is always usually regional. You know what I mean? Who's ever jumping out in that area of the country? It rotates. But I mean, the bill is Ozzy and Stone Sour.
So you have to wait till when now?
So now I have to wait till Thursday the 18th, which pisses me off because
changes everything, right?
Yeah, because I have to work on Thursdays. Doing other shit, and
this would have been perfect for Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday was perfect. I had everything planned out. I had my cooler ready in the garage. Like, we're ready to fucking party, man. And nope, fucking old ass crotchety man hurt his hand, and now I gotta wait.
So old crotchety man was gonna fucking rock it, right?
Well, he was. I mean, this No More Tours is gonna be fucking No More Stitches or whatever the fuck he had. Like, come on, dude, get it together. So anyway, yeah. So now, for all of you who don't know, the San Diego Ozzy show is now postponed until October 18th. Now, what pisses me off is, like, you and I were just bitching about the Brewers and the Dodgers. So when they play in L.A., potentially for game 3 and 4, it's going to be Monday the 15th and Tuesday the 16th. Now, the Ozzy show's Thursday the 18th. I'm already going to see System of a Down on Wednesday the 17th. So
where are they playing at?
They're playing at now it's called the Valley View Casino Center, the sports arena, right by my house in Point Loma.
That's going to be a good concert, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So if I go to one of those Brewer games, like, fuck,
yeah, you're going to be busy. Fucking, then you got to work.
My liver is going to be fucking punished by the end of the week. Like, good God.
Yeah, I'm always worrying about that. It's tough in between trying to go out and about, trying to stay young, and then trying to wake up early. It's tough.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of music, for those of you who don't know yet, because, well, actually nobody knows. I haven't mentioned yet. Yeah. We do have a guest tonight. We do have no one less than Mitch McSteamy from SanDiegoPunk.com, and we're going to discuss punk rock music in San Diego from the past to present. We're going to discuss his website, his interviews, and the history of his site and what he does. We're even going to talk about his band, but we'll get to that in the second half. In the meantime, I do want to discuss our
sponsors.
I want to give a plug to our sponsor, ORW Off-Road Warehouse. If you have any kind of four-wheel drive, Toyota, Jeep, well, they specialize in Jeeps and Toyotas, but if you got any kind of four-wheel drive truck or off-road vehicle, look no further than Off-Road Warehouse. They've got 4 locations throughout San Diego. They handle everything from lifts to tires, wheels, all the off-roading accessories you'll ever need for your off-road vehicle here in Southern California. Go to Off-Road Warehouse, ORW.com. The main office is on Balboa, but they've got stores in Escondido, Temecula, El Cajon, and again, Kearney Mesa. All right, folks, we'll see you in just a minute, and we'll be back with our guest.
Welcome back. Second half. I'm excited about this guest. Able to bring one of my buddies from San Diego Punk.com, doing a little background history, and Billy Kidd and I can do a little interview. Get a little background scene, because Billy's been in the industry and started in the punk rock scene about 25 years ago, hosting bars, and it would be good to get a new and old perspective of what's going on, because I love punk rock. There's a couple bands that we mutually wanted to go see, and he has access to all those, so it's pretty cool.
Yep. So we have, like AO said, we have no other but the Mr. Mitch McSteamy from SanDiegoPunk.com. Mitch, how you doing?
I'm good. What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. So we want to jump in, and we'd like to hear a little history on the SanDiegoPunk.com, the site, the whole deal you guys do. So break it down for us real quick if you could.
Yeah, of course. So first off, San Diego Punk started a long time ago. Well, before I was involved with it, there's actually been 3 different owners. So we're the third people to own the site name. It used to be like a reader board back in the day. There was, MySpace and SanDiegoPunk.com. And
so it goes back.
Yeah, and people just talk shit to each other and then posted that their local shows were happening.
Oh, that's cool. So it was a site that not only could people talk about bands, but they would list bands as well, like give like a calendar kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, say, hey, I'm having a house party with these bands. You'd put your hand-drawn flyer, scan it in or whatever.
How long has it been again around?
For the start of San Diego Punk?
Yeah.
Probably 15 to 20 years.
That's huge. And that
maybe.
So that's a good range of what's going on.
Yeah. I could be bullshitting super hard. It could be like 4.
Nope.
It's not 4, but
no, it's been longer than that, because
I've
seen
been at least in the 90s. So
yeah, no, I was gonna say I've seen SanDiegoPunk.com stuff for as long as the website era type shit has been around.
The reason I'm so interested is because I was telling Mitch, I'm from the Inland Empire area and Victorville and East County out there. It's punk rock and roll. What I like.
Really want to admit that, or?
Yeah, no, I'm proud of it.
Oh, okay.
My roommate was proud of it. He's from Victorville too. My old roommate.
No, well, I was Redlands. Victorville, not so proud. No, just joking.
One of you. There's a better one out there. Give me a fucking break.
But pointed
armpit of California. Give me a break.
No, that's where it's happening. You're on the hills, on the baseline. You have the ability.
Okay, so one dirt hill is better than the other dirt hill.
That's like walking up and be like, bro, I'm from Bakersfield. Y'all can fuck off. It's like,
exactly.
That's not a brag, dude.
Okay, bro.
Bruh.
Flip your hat up, bruh.
That's right. But that's where music like punk rock is. And I come down to San Diego, it's mostly reggae down here. So I was
There's
really
a lot of reggae.
Yeah. And so I was interested to really see where the industry is, and I like a lot of the bands. One of my favorite bands is Unrun Law, Strung Out, Bad Religion, Social D. Those are a couple of bands I cover and sing too. So it's cool to see even what's new. I want to hear what's the new bands.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things I want to talk about with Mitch is
that's me.
Just the before we dive into the info and history even more with SanDiegoPunk.com, I just want your input on how punk rock is today versus back when I was working at punk rock bars in the early 90s. Like, are there still a lot of bands? Is there as many bands as there were back then that I'm not hearing about?
Yeah, definitely. There's a ton of bands, actually, more than I even know. And I feel like every week there's another band forming, or whether it's people who are in other bands still, or people who used to be in bands like 10 years ago and are just starting to pick up instruments again.
Right.
Yeah, it's huge. It's definitely on a rise, which is really cool.
That's awesome
to see. But yeah, I feel like back in the day it used to be more, oh, there's a show going on, let's all go to the show. And now it's all, this band's playing, let's go see that band. And that's why those little bands aren't doing as well, or like getting as much exposures, because
you would think that even the little bands are doing better now, because you've got the internet exposure now and a website like yours. I think my question is, I mean, you said there's a ton of bands now. Are they filling venues? Like, are there bands that have big followings? Like back in the day, like I mean, assuming there are, obviously you wouldn't have a website right now. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's bands like Boss Fight and Skipjack and Strike 12 and Sick Waiting that still play with huge bands, and when they play their own shows, they'll pack the house. There's a lot of bands that can pack the house, but not every week or every show. but when they do, it's super packed and super energetic and, really fun to go to. But, there's always going to be those bands where they play to 3 people because they don't
that's
promote
always
or they
gonna
don't
happen.
care.
That's
Yeah,
punk rock.
exactly.
You
exactly,
never
it's
know.
punk rock.
No, I totally understand
So
that.
it still definitely has the same feel as it used to. And I think we're actually coming back to everyone's just going to shows now, which is really cool to start
awesome.
seeing.
That's
awesome.
where I saw you. I saw you at the Tower Bar.
Yeah, we played. Our buddy A over here saw us play a Tower Bar Battle of the Bands.
No shit.
Yeah, it was
When
Dan
was this?
Twerp's
How long
Battle
ago
of the
was
Bands.
this?
Yeah, Mitch is a
couple
lead
months
singer
ago,
for
right?
his band. Yeah, it was a couple months, and my old bassist lives in the same apartment.
Yeah,
and
good old Travis.
He said, "Hey, dude, we got to go check this Battle of the Bands." I'm like, "Yes, dude. I haven't seen live music and that energy, and I wanted to see that bar. That was one of the most unique bars I've ever been to, too."
Oh yeah, I love Tower Bar. Shout out to
You've
Mick. Tower
never
Bar.
been to Tower Bar before?
No, he was
a
my
staple.
reason to meet him there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, like right now,
I
as
popped
far
your
as
Tower
like,
Bar cherry.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that's probably one of the headquarters for punk rock in San Diego right now.
100%.
The owner Mitch is an old friend of mine, and we go back like car seats. So yeah, he's doing it.
Go back like car seats.
He's doing
Aren't
it
you
right
supposed
there.
to post a? Oh yeah. I was gonna say, aren't you supposed to put them forward, like flip them around? But
Nah,
you're right. You put them back.
That's
Roll
old
back.
school.
I'm gonna be a great dad. One day.
Well, okay. So Ao mentioned your band, Mitch. What is your band name? Who do you play for?
Yeah, I'm in a pop punk band called Fishing for Chips.
Fishing for Chips.
Fishing for Chips. We tried to think of the dumbest name possible,
You
and we were
nailed
gonna
it.
do Fisting for Shits, but we figured we wouldn't get that many
would-
shows.
Yeah, you wouldn't get. Well, you wouldn't get your name out on the radio.
No,
that's for
definitely
sure.
not. And so we went with Fishing for Chips, and that's our band.
So where did that name come from? Just
Just
random?
us. Yeah, it was
Just
me and my
totally
drummer
random?
Larry. We worked together, and we were hanging out because we talked about starting a band, and just threw around literally the stupidest things we could think
Right.
of. And there was a fish poster, and like we were eating chips, and I don't know. That's how we came.
Well,
up
I
with it,
think
I guess.
To
I
be
think
punk
that
rock, you
falls
gotta
right
have-
into punk rock.
Yeah.
Because we were like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And if it's
exactly.
stupid, we
There's
can
no
do it-
rhyme or reason behind
Oh yeah,
that shit.
exactly. And if we have a stupid name, we can do it whatever we want. And if we actually do good, people are like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Hey, stupid name, but they're good.
The show I saw you. Dude, you like to have fun. You're very is like you said before. Like you like to be on stage, whether it's acting or being comical. Your punk rock songs were some of them were comical. They're fun. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, I try to do that when I write songs.
Yeah,
I
so
like
you write
funny
your own
stuff.
lyrics?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking forward to hearing some of your
Yeah,
stuff.
because we got
Assuming it's on the CD that you provided us.
Yeah. I just handed them, for those of you who can't see, the Slaboratory compilation album. So the friends in Slaboratory Clothing put a rad compilation together. A lot of local bands, a lot of bands you were talking about earlier that you like, Strung Out, Unwritten Law, Messed, and so those are free download.
and it's cool that you made this compilation. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. A lot of
Well,
good bands.
I gotta say, like before I hear it, the fucking artwork is fucking sick.
Yeah, they
I'm
do
all
their own
about it.
artwork.
So what I when you get a little bit more how you took given the history how it originated, and then how'd you come about taking it on, and then because it's all about networking with people. I'm trying to find a new bandmates and stuff like that, and it was kind of cool that you were mentioning about it.
Yeah, so the way I got into San Diego punk is when I moved back from college. I didn't have a band, and I was like, okay, well, how can I, get involved with the punk scene, and how can I contribute and actually, do something to help it or just be a bigger part of it. And I saw a Facebook post that San Diego Punk put up because I'd followed them, looking for contributors, and so I literally typed up
Got to get
a
in
full resume and this whole professional thing because the website looked pretty professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent it in. They're like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds great. We'd love to have you do interviews." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I literally just started. I hadn't used my iPad, and I just record interviews, and I just email find band contact emails of random bands coming through.
So you took complete ownership once you
100%, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And so
huge.
That's what I
and then I
like that
started
they were
booking
just
them.
yeah, no, you're in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Fuck it.
sweet. And I think my first one was with a local band called Ash Williams, and then after that, the second one was Lagwagon. I
Dude,
just
nice.
emailed them, and
They're another-
and they gave Joey Cape was the one who called me like, hey, I'm outside, and I was like, oh, sick, and I was waiting to go into the venue they played at the Observatory, and he was like, oh no, we'll do it on the bus. I was like, what? So they brought me on the tour bus, and I sat there with
Fuck
my
yeah.
iPad and
So-
interviewed Joey Cape. And
so that
then I would
changed your
type it up.
life. You're like, okay, dude, this give me access to
Yeah.
potentially. So how'd you get who'd you send the information? Did they show you how to do it, or did you just?
No, I just figured it out. I just Googled bands, and then I'd email if they had any contact info for the band. I'd email that, and if I couldn't find one, I'd go to the. I'd look up.
You had your email already set up. That's how I contacted you.
Mm-hmm.
I sent
through
it
the
to
San Diego Punk email.
Yeah, and it was cool. Your partners, they.
Okay, so you've been with them for what, a couple years now?
Yeah, like 3.5 years.
Okay,
4 years.
Okay, I'm sure people want to know. Like, tell me some of your better interviews, like, and band names and like interesting interviews. Like, what do you got? You got to have some juice. For me.
I do. I have all the juice.
Juice. I like it. This is one of the first times you used it. It's either juicy.
Says the juice man AO. And just on a side note. I just want
we got to talk about the break. What happened during the break?
I just want everyone to know. Thank you.
This needs to happen.
During the break, AO was more than willing
I was getting my
participant
balls
to
busted.
Let Mitch and I know that the Saturday shaman he dated wanted to take him to a stone shop in Ocean Beach. Crystal shop.
Oh yeah.
And buy what was it, turquoise stones?
Turquoise. It was a turquoise something and a jade.
Stones for his chakras. So
because he needs
all the
chakras.
shit talking I did was actually 100% accurate because, you got a shaman.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Now, AO, I do have a, but
I'm gonna go check it out.
Of course you are.
She said there's the blues gonna give me success. God. And I'm gonna go see if that like even brings me more than that's already happening.
Whatever works for you.
Now, AO, I gotta ask you though. What is she going to be like an Abercrombie model for Halloween since she's already clearly a witch? Like how's Halloween going to work?
I don't even know where the two tie, but that's fucking funny.
I have to come up with something. I like
since
Abercrombie
it is October.
model. That's positive.
I wish we could get personal and find out what she does other than just be a mom.
No. Wait. She's amazing. She's a very successful woman.
I bet she studies like the effects of music on plants. And for great punk music, visit sandiegopunk.com.
Exactly which corner of the room do I hang a candle? If it's in a sconce or if it's in a holder?
Because we're recording here at my place. Isn't it feng shui again? Didn't you say that when you first came in?
I think funky shui.
I was about to say funky.
Hey, all I know is, hey, Mitch.
Hey.
Don't forget to love and dream.
Oh, don't forget to love and dream.
Love and dream. That's what it's all about. Okay, so anyway, let's get back on track. So if you would tell me something about something about your best interviews.
So Joey Cape was a great one because obviously it was my first like bigger one, and just meeting those guys and being. We actually had some mutual friends, and so getting to know some of those guys a little bit closer was really cool off camera.
And Joey Cape with who?
With what?
With what band?
Lagwagon.
Okay.
Yeah, Joey Cape from Lagwagon. Sorry for you guys out there.
Who you're talking about.
Yeah, and let's see, another really good one was these guys from Denver called the Potato Pirates that I'm a big fan of. They're a smaller band, but that was a really fun interview.
Potato Pirates.
Pirates.
That's a fucking great name.
They're rad. They do like ska and hardcore punk, but then they throw bagpipes in.
Oh wow! I think I already love them.
It's pretty dope. Yeah,
you
they're
might
super
have to.
rad band.
You might have to turn me on to a
I'll
link
send you
or something.
I'll send you some stuff.
Yeah, I need some of that.
But I think doing the Addicts was really fun.
Oh wow! Oh gee.
Yeah, the Addicts was really cool, and they just shit talked the whole time about how bad my interview was. So that was really fun.
Back in '92 or '93.
Yeah, they're super nice guys, and it was super fun hanging out with them too. Most interesting was I did an interview at House of Blues with this band called Mean Jeans from Fat Records, punk band.
Okay.
And I found out they liked Jaeger and Red Bull was like their favorite drink. So basically a Jaeger bomb, but to drink it. Yeah.
Fuck?
No. Oh, but a band from Australia I did, The Decline, is also a really rad interview. Those guys are really sweet and great band, Australia. And they drink Jeeky
I said
Deekies.
Austria, but that's okay. You
well,
plug
then,
Australia.
Yeah, I don't know any Austrians.
No,
Sorry.
I said that because of the Red Bull and and Jaeger.
Yeah.
I get it though.
Okay, well anyway, so I found out they liked Jaeger and Monster, and so what I did is I designed a game, and they had a green card and a red card, and they had to guess the facts of these companies, like established date, who owns it, blah blah blah, and if they got it wrong, they had to do a shot of Jaeger. So we got fucked up.
So this is one of the things you
Give
prepared.
me an example of a question though.
So like I had was founded by such and such person. It sounds like a really German name. So they're like, oh, Jaeger. And I was like, nope, Red Bull. Everyone take a shot.
Yeah, I'd be getting fucked up.
Oh, was it like a Jeopardy kind of?
It was like a Jeopardy.
Thing?
I just had them with a red card and a green card, and they had to guess which one was which. And if they got it wrong, they did a shot.
Oh shit!
Dude, that's a cool. You got to go.
It was dope, but we got really fucked up, and they were playing with No
Yeah.
Effects. It was a good show, and Direct Hit, I also interviewed, great guys.
These are obviously the guys on Fat Records.
Yeah, these are all on Fat Records.
Mike's
Yeah,
label.
on
Gotcha.
Fat Mike's label, singer of No Effects.
Love No Effects.
But literally, they were out there drumming, and they were talking shit to their drummer because I guess he messed up or something. And he takes the mic and he goes, "It's not my fault. Fucking Mitch McSteamy got me wasted." And I jumped up, walked on stage, and like waved. And they fucking.
Awesome.
So that was super cool that they brought me out and did that.
That's cool, bro.
Fuck yeah!
But so that was.
So
a really
this
fun
is
one.
within the last 3 years. Was this in the beginning, first year?
Yeah, that
second
was
year?
probably the first year.
Wow.
That one, Real Big
So
Fish,
you
was
broke
really
in
cool.
good then, yeah.
Oh yeah, Real Big Fish was after Joey Cape, and that was actually no, Real Big Fish was before Joey Cape. I lied. So that was the second one. Joey Cape was the third, but the Real Big Fish one was dope. I brought him a 6-pack of Ska Brewing. Ha 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 ha. And then interviewed those guys, and they were super fun. And we went over to Petco Park and went to Stone Brewing and played Jenga. They were like, "Hey, we're going to Stone. You want to come with us?"
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, fuck
Hung out with Real Big Fish and
Fucking
played Jenga.
whatever
It
you
was
want to
tight.
do, guys. Yeah, fucking A.
It was a really good time. But yeah, so I've done a lot of really cool
That's
interviews and had some really, really cool experiences because of San Diego Punk.
it sounds like just coming back, you doing what you did, taking the initiative, taking the ownership, knowing you made these opportunities cool because now you're fucking having fun, going out in the music scene.
Oh,
You're
definitely.
plugging your band, you're being real, having fun. Dude, it's awesome.
So who else other than your band? Who's who right now? Like who's in San Diego
Yeah, because
or even Southern California? Like who am I looking for right now? Who is our audience looking for a good punk band? Because I have a part 2 question to this, but let's just start with what bands do you think like are really like legit? Like who are we looking to go see?
Yeah, well, like I mentioned before, like bands like Skipjack and Boss Fight
Okay.
are really rad. Really, anyone on Felony Records, if they're down in San Diego, are a good band.
Felony
pretty much
Records,
guaranteed.
that's a label.
Yes,
What was it? Felony
Felony.
Records.
But you have to
Okay.
put Felony Family in Google because if you put Felony Records, just a bunch.
Didn't you say that was a
actual Felony records.
clothing
Yeah.
line or something?
No, that's Laboratory.
That's funny.
But those
Felony
guys
Records.
are work closely together a lot of the time.
because you were in a clothing line that supported the music industry too, right?
Yeah, I worked for back when I was in my 20s. I worked for Tribal Streetwear for a long
okay.
time, and I was in sales and I worked in the warehouse. So I used to have to drive to shows and bring bags of clothes to like fucking
Right.
Corn and Limp Bizkit and fucking Coolio and Run DMC and like all kinds of the shit that was popping in the early 90s.
I bet. What did you say the last one was? Did you say MC Hammer? No, you didn't say that.
No, Coolio.
Coolio. Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, because we during Magic, which is the men's apparel guild in California, which ironically is in Las Vegas. We would have our label would have a private show at Baby at Hard Rock in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
And we would have all the bands that we sponsored, like Cypress Hill and Psycho Realm, and those guys were all on our shit. So we always had a good time with them. But I mean, as far as labels concerned, I get it. But getting back to
so
who's
other
who in
bands.
San Diego in the punk scene, other than just who's who, I want to know, and I want everyone else who's listening to know, what are the venues that you think are popping for? I mean, who's having the shows? Like, what are the spots that are having shows? Because I know those
It
spots.
seems like it's House
when
of
I was
Blues
a-
strong out recently.
Yeah, but
Well,
House of Blues,
yeah,
isn't a
but
punk rock show. They'll have the
they'll
bigger
have
name
anything.
ones.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But like
But-
when I was in the punk rock scene, I started Velvet, then I opened Boiler Room, and those two places were popping. And outside of that, it was like Granny's, and I mean, obviously the Casbah, but we had
Right.
Velvet that rivaled it. There was only a handful of spots back then. So I want to know, what are the spots now? Because I know there's a ton of them now.
It's where you played the other day, you said.
Yeah, well, there's obviously Tower Bar where we met is one of the great ones. Till 2 still has shows. They're pretty rad bar.
Where's that?
Till 2 is off of Euclid and El Cajon Boulevard.
Used to be formerly owned by Tower Bar.
Yeah, until just recently. Mick also owned
Mick
that.
sold it.
What makes these places good? Just the name?
Well, they're
No,
in the
it's-
hood
it's-
and they're rad bars.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
rad bars and they have great bands that play there.
They're good, grungy little venues that the sound is good and it's just
Yeah.
fucking, it's a raucous crowd and sound. They're punk rock bars.
Yeah.
They all remind me of the bars I worked at back in the day. So
yeah, and there's also bars like Salty Frog and IB Imperial Beach. That's a really rad one. We just played there last weekend. Connie Williams, great dude, runs a great bar. You have bars like the Manhattan Bar, which we're playing on the 19th. We're playing
Manhattan's
there.
Manhattan's OG. Down in Chula, right?
And it is popping. You'll be there and
remodeled it, right? And
and 10 minutes before a show, it'll be
is that
empty.
IB2?
That's in Chula Vista.
Yeah, it's in Chula. Manhattan used to be like an old school, like
so is this down by
Second
2nd Street, Broadway
I think
area?
it's on 3rd Street, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
So
I haven't been there yet.
Say Manhattan.
It's off Highland, the Manhattan Room. It used to be a old school dirty biker bar, and it was great. But they've got, I don't know if it's a new one or not, but they remodeled it. Now they've got like shows and shit there. No, I've been hearing a lot of good shit about it.
Everything I've heard has been like 10 minutes beforehand, there'll be no one there. And then the second the show doors open,
Boom.
It's packed. That's my buddy Darren from The Rough, which is another great band, told me about that. But
so that's four solid bars right there.
4. Then Brick by Brick is kind of the mid-level. It's a bigger place. But
where's that exactly up the coast, right?
That's
No, that's on Buenos Avenue.
Buenos Avenue.
Right there in
next to that barbecue
right
place.
Morena.
Yeah.
Right
off Morena.
It's not that far.
Boulevard.
No, the Brick used to be Brick by Brick. Now it's called the Brick Tavern. It's right
still
there.
Brick by Brick.
I thought it was called just the Brick.
No, it's Brick by Brick still.
It's still Brick by Brick. Okay. It's on Buenos Avenue between Morena and West Morena.
What nights?
Right there in like Bay Park.
Is it like Wednesday through Saturdays?
They have music.
No, it's every night.
Every night there, yeah. And Brick by Brick like gets everything from punk rock to like 80s metal. Like they bring in everything.
I went there one time.
That place.
I went there one time trying to go to the Boss Fight CD release because I thought I was at Brick by Brick. Excuse me. But it turned out it was the Iron Maidens. So it was an all-girl Iron Maiden cover band.
So
I paid.
Band, yeah.
I was like, oh hey, I'm Mitch. I'm on this list, and they're like, oh, we don't have you. And I was like, really, not under Boss Fight? And they're like, no. I was like, oh, okay. So I went in, and I paid. I was like, whatever, I'll just pay. I don't care. And I went in, and I was like, no, I don't know any of these people. And then I just heard like Run to the Hills, and I looked up, and I was like, oh, yep, this is not the right bar. And I checked the flyer, and I was like, oh, definitely at the Moreau.
You got the wrong night or the wrong venue?
Oh, I went to the wrong venue.
Oh, was that the?
Oh yeah, it was a totally different venue.
Yeah,
it was at the Marrow. So I was like, oh fuck, and so I drove over there instead. But the
is
Marrow is
okay.
another good spot too. Yeah, that's in Hillcrest. They don't get as big of a crowd unless it's a bigger band, just because the parking sucks. But it's one of my favorite venues actually to play.
Yeah, the Marrow is like back in the day. It used to be called San Diego Sports Club. I used to go there and watch football and hang out. It was a great dive bar. They used to have fucking.
Then it was what's that other name it had?
Then it was Ruby Room.
Ruby Room, yeah.
And now it's the Marrow. Like it's right up the street from my bar, the Alibi. But they have the size to hold great punk shows there.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great local San Diego.
There's a lot of hidden spots. I didn't even know about this. This is good to know.
What do you think about? Is it still called Radio Room, or is that changed names again?
Radio
Room? It used
Room?
to be Silver Dragon, then it was Radio Room, and then it was something that was right there on like 35th and El Cajon. They have punk shows all the time.
There's a soda bar I saw.
Soda bar.
Yeah, that's
soda bar in space. Yeah, soda bars. Soda bar is awesome.
Wait, I think Soda
I
Bar.
just saw that the other day.
There's another one nearby. I'm
trying to think on 30th.
I always confuse those two. The one that's right next to Church's Chicken.
So there's no.
Yeah, that's there's space bars closer to Church's, and then it's Soda Bar.
Space Bar used to be Zombie Lounge.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called Space Bar now?
Yeah.
Okay. And Soda Bar is the old Crickets when I was in that scene. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it's like further east on El Cajon Boulevard.
It's right before the 805.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's further. It's east. Yeah.
Oh, so it's about to hit the 15.
Yeah, no,
then.
it's in Hooker Alley, like Space Bar and fucking Soda Bar. Like you can still get a hooker. Actually, some of the girls I've seen walking up the street almost fit your MySpace fucking category, dude.
Jeez,
they don't have the crystals though.
Chingon. Well, you don't know.
They might
have them hiding somewhere.
Just different type of crystal.
Oh shit! There it is. Hey, crystal's a crystal. Either you snort it or you put it on your back when it's like 190 degrees.
Yeah, some just have less teeth. That's fine.
Or no teeth.
Or none. Yeah, you don't need teeth.
No teeth. Like
applesauce is dope.
If you're getting a gummy, like you don't want any teeth anyway. Yeah.
That's true.
I want the crystals for success. The blue one. Yes.
Well, as long as you don't want the crystal for your.
I don't know
nose, that's okay.
any successful methods. I can't name one.
Not one. Not even
one.
remotely one.
Well, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
Steven
but
Tyler.
that was. Yeah, but was that meth? I don't think that was meth. I think that was all coke.
Yeah, he
Cocaine.
probably had more coke.
Oh, I learned.
But the Aerosmith dudes did
just
that.
reminded me of a name that you taught me that I got from you back when you and I worked at the waterfront. The Cocalina.
Yeah.
That's
Cocalina.
That's when we used to do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be shy. I used to do cocaine.
Monsters.
Cocaine was fun. I hated it. I just loved the way it smelled. Anyway,
I'm all about the green stuff these days.
Yep, the green stuff's good. Anyway.
So anyway, yeah, Kensington Club can put on.
Ken Club is still putting on shows.
They put on shows, but they rarely ever put on shows. They're starting to do more recently, but not really.
Another bar owner I know, Brett Bodie. Is a buddy of mine, old school buddy of mine.
Oh, nice.
He's had that place forever. He's got that and the Cuckoo Club, and I think he's still got the Lucky Lady.
Yeah, Bar Pink's another good one. There's a bunch of
Bar
rad
Pink.
ones.
See, the people that run Bar Pink and own Bar Pink, I used to work with way back in the early 90s at Pack Shores and OB. So
nice.
like Barb and Lorenzo.
That's what I was going to ask. So what about any
Robin
bars
and Dang and
towards
like
the
all
beach?
Those people,
Any
those
cool
are
spots?
my old peeps from OB.
Yeah, OB's a shit. That's where I used to live.
Who own, it used to be. It was. Originally, it was Pink Elephant, but that name was apparently trademarked somewhere.
They still have all
they
the
had
Pink
to change
Elephants,
it to
though.
Bar Pink. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They can't take that away from
No.
them. But I love that bar. That's
a cool
a
spot.
great bar. So is there any other venues you want to mention?
No, nothing towards the beach area. It's cool.
Beach area.
Besides
I can't really
IB?
think of any. I mean, people go to like Winston's and
Yeah, Winston's has some.
THC or what is it? TLC?
Where's
some
that?
shit. It's the holding company. So yeah, THC. It's called. It's
What
on.
the fuck is that?
It's in OB.
Really?
Yeah, I've only been there once, but I saw mess. It was a good
Where
show.
in OB is it?
Right by Hodad's. Kinda.
Well, I know
Isn't
there's
it?
Winston's
Maybe
is
not.
right by Hodad's.
Oh no, Winston's is by Hodad's. It's still in OB, but I don't remember the street or anything.
So where do you see San Diego Punk.com going, Mitch?
Well, what we have been trying to do and what I think it's still moving towards is just kind of trying to unite the San Diego punk scene a little more. It's kind of cliquey still. It was more so a few years ago, and I feel like it's starting to blend well together. But we'd like to see it where it's everybody going to every show instead of like, oh, only crust punks go to this show and ska kids go to this show. We want to try to get everyone involved in as much as we can, and
because that's how it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then just trying to, get these lesser known local bands more known because a lot of them are really good. War Fever, The Rough, like the bands I mentioned earlier are all super good bands.
So you think you're gonna make it big? Like
no, I don't think so.
No?
Well, maybe it'd be cool to, but I'm not like trying to.
But like Unwritten Law is pretty big. Do you want to get as big as them?
I mean, everyone would like to see their
Tour,
band
yeah.
or their website or whatever get as big as they possibly can.
And you
So
can make a living
can,
off it where you can focus on
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So everyone would try to do that. So yeah.
So you got two things to build. Your band, SanDiegoPunk.com.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. Which one's going to explode? Because if you say it's coming up in the next you said it's up and coming, the punk bands down here. I hope to be a part of it too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you will be. And this podcast helps that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
So tonight, let's talk about your website.
Yeah. So
where you guys are going to be playing.
So the website is sandiegopunk.com, which is we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think there's a Reddit. I don't know how to use Reddit, but
that's
I think
good.
there's a Reddit.
Reddit is
Reddit?
just like photos, right?
I think so.
Okay, but it's still like
I've only seen photos and then people comment on the photos.
everyone.
so
Every
it's
time
like
I see a
Instagram,
Reddit
but
thing, it's
on
like
computer.
a picture thing. It's like what's that other one?
There's Stitcher, right?
No.
Instagram.
Just something that's photographs only. Like
Google Images.
Fuck. You guys are killing me.
Oh.
But you got all your
Pinterest. It's like Pinterest. Isn't Reddit
maybe?
like Pinterest?
It sounds like the same thing. I think they're
it's
pretty
just
much
like
the same.
you
I think one's
just
an app and
post
one's just
photographs
computer.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I could be retarded.
I saw you just releasing one of the band interviews. During
I did during our interview here. The band Boss Fight. The interview with Boss Fight is up live now, so you can check that out on SanDiegoPunk.com as well.
Cool.
We also have all upcoming shows. I think they post about 3 months out. So whether that's smaller venues like the ones we talked about, or bigger ones like House of Blues or Observatory, or even festivals, we put all those shows up. So if you have a show,
that's huge because I wonder where all the scenes are at. That's why I was asking. So now, not only that, I could keep up and find out. Because the thing is, I was thinking it used to be the Reader magazine, right, where people had to follow.
Back in the day,
It's
the
still
Reader
here.
was the shit.
Reader
like
and City Beat. And
that
stuff.
was. I mean, when I ran Boiler Room, like our Reader ad was the shit. Like it was like, but I mean, I'm not just saying my bar's ad, but the Reader was the shit because every bar would have just a lineup, like a calendar list of every band playing for the next week or two.
All the way
I don't
from
know if that's
East
still,
County.
That's basically what we do.
still going on. Okay, cool. That's rad. I'd like to see that part of the punk scene is still alive.
Yeah, definitely. And we even we have the part on our website, like the page, but we also we'll post show flyers up on all the other social media. So
Awesome.
if there is a show hey tonight, we'll put it in the morning and say, hey, there's a show tonight.
Yeah,
so
you
if
said
you're like,
you
oh, what's
guys-
happening on a Friday?
When I met you, the Ataris were playing up. Where were they? Up
Yeah, they were
towards-
playing at Space Bar, the one we were just talking about.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that was fun. The Rough and Fallen Monuments played that show. That was a great show. Those are two.
That's funny
local bands.
that place, the Space Bar, when it was Zombie Lounge, and then the two guys that bartended in Hollywood at a bar called the Burgundy Room came down and bought it. And I was working at the waterfront back then, and this guy asked me to work there, to fill in and work there. And I agreed, like, fuck it, I'll work another punk rock bar, like, why not? And I remember the cool part about our bar is we lined the rail, like the drip rail in front of the customers. It was lined with brass, so we would take lighter fluid and run a long fucking line all the way down the bar and light it on
that's
fire,
cool.
and the whole bar would be on fire. That was like our shtick.
Oh, that's
back
rad.
then. So I'm hoping they still do that because I'm sure the bar is still there. Cause
Definitely,
we
for
built
sure,
the
do not
bar.
do that.
They don't? Ah, that sucks.
There's no way.
That was the shit back
That's
then.
punk rock.
That
It
is
wa-
punk
well,
rock. That's
that
pretty
was,
cool.
We're kind of
Well,
we're kind of OG, but anyway,
Oh.
Mitch. One other thing I want to talk about,
Yeah.
or ask you about with the SanDiegoPunk.com is I know you have a website, and do you guys sell swag on your website? Do you have
We
a
do.
website where people can buy T-shirts, hats, stickers, everything?
Yep,
Can you enlighten us?
SanDiegoPunk.com. We got a merch page on there. So there's hats, shirts, hoodies, stickers, beer koozies, or you can just donate money so the other two guys of San Diego Punk can drink. We just have a beer donation fund thing.
That's what I was wondering. Like, how do you guys
Yeah.
make the money? You going back out there and
Yeah, well, we don't really make any money. Like, he basically just pays the shirts back off.
you
Ryan.
hear that? That's fucking
You know
punk
why?
rock right there.
Because that's punk rock.
I know.
That's punk rock. Nobody in punk rock makes money. They do punk
No,
rock because they love
definitely not.
punk rock.
What about pop punk rock? Pop punk rock? Do they
That's the
make
same
much?
shit.
Yeah.
It's just catch,
Okay.
not maybe not catchier, just
So
more
your
band.
band, what? Before I get into our final segment, I do want to ask you, like, your band.
Mhm.
Do you guys what kind of punk rock are you guys playing? Like you say pop punk rock. I mean, do you mean like 3-chord fucking?
No, we're not like Ramones or Green Day-ish. We're more like
Thank you.
we're like a huge we're a weird mix because we do like ska stuff and then we have like we're doing more hardcore stuff now too.
Cool.
But I just sing on all of it. So and then we have songs that sound kind of No Use for a Name-ish. But then we have songs that sound more Bouncing Souls like. So
Could
we
he
have
name another rad band?
I love
mean,
Bouncing
such
Souls.
a good medley of
Yeah.
shit you're talking
well, we're not
about.
nearly as good as any of those bands.
Yeah, but still,
but
if
that's
you
like
even
the
have
styles.
a touch of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we flow with a lot of those.
As long as
He
you're
does.
not Green Day or fucking what's that other shitty band I hate? We talked about him earlier. What's the other one?
Well, you had
you said-
Sponge, but that was okay.
Oh no, not
I didn't mind
not
that band.
AO's
Bullshit.
garbage crap. We were talking about there was
Jeez.
the
It's
Green
not
Day
punk
and then
rock.
It was
the other
311.
one. No,
who we
no,
hate.
no, the other one.
That's where the magic happens, bro.
I can't remember.
That All the Small Things fucking band.
Oh, Blink.
Blink. Oh, I
182.
fucking can't stand them. As long as you didn't.
And
make
they're
any
out of San
comparison
Diego.
to them.
Okay.
They're not out of San Diego.
Poway,
Yeah,
right?
they're Poway.
What?
They're from San Diego.
Blink?
Yeah, they're from Poway.
Well, I thought just one guy was from San Diego.
No, two of them.
And the Travis from Riverside.
Yeah, Travis was
From
because he was in the Aquabats.
Yes.
Hooray for Riverside.
Riverside in the house.
It's a shitty
Yeah.
place, but I have a lot
Hey,
of friends who live there.
My peeps will be like,
I do
"What
want to
up?"
make before we get in again.
Yeah.
One more correction. I should do this at the end, but I'm gonna do it right now. I want to make an apology to you because remember I was telling you a friend of mine was in a band.
Yeah.
And I got the name wrong. It is War Fever.
Oh yeah, so I do know them. Those are my
Okay,
best,
so
like super
my
good
buddy
friends.
Brennan-
Brennan. Yeah.
Brennan's my boy. He's one of my
Oh
best
no
friends.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he just
that's
told
the
me he
band
loved
I
War
was
Fever.
talking about.
And I totally brain farted and
That's
said
awesome.
the wrong name during the break, and I want to apologize.
Yeah.
I fucked up. And,
Those are super good buddies
and
of
had
ours.
a Freudian slip. So
Yeah, I knew you guys would be
they're
connecting about from the old to the new.
Yeah, last Saturday we played with them and Guttermouth at the Observatory.
So it
yeah.
was War Fever.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Now I feel stupid. Anyway, but I wanted to correct myself.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And
You
make
called
it
them
known.
War Party.
I called it War Party. You know why? Because I was listening to Guar in my fucking Jeep on the way here.
That's funny.
And that's the name of the album I was listening to was War Party.
Rip Odorous.
Just to fucking, oh, dude, don't even get me started.
I'm sorry.
I think that one hurt me more than most metal guitar players that I like. I think Odorous dying was more stabbing in the chest for me than Jeff Hanneman dying for fucking Slayer, which is a tough one for me because those are like my two favorite bands probably of all time is Slayer and Guar. And
I think
with the
Dimebag was
exception
the
of Black
saddest.
Sabbath.
Well,
That
no,
was
no.
another one.
Dimebag was
That's
pretty gnarly.
That's in the
Yeah.
fucking list, though.
Yeah.
Or Vinnie Paul. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
Vinnie Paul. Oh, that just.
I mean, like, the list goes on.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, like, the reason I said War Party was because I was
'Cause you were
listening
listening to
War
that
Party
album.
when you were behind me on the way in here tonight. I was fucking rocking out to
Hell
Bring Back
yeah.
the Bomb.
Getting
by
ready
Guar
for this
was
interview,
my
huh?
fucking
Getting
favorite.
pumped.
One of my
Pumped.
favorites. Anyway,
Yeah, War Fever. Love
So-
you guys.
Whoa.
yeah, fucking A. I would definitely give a shout out to War Fever because they are badass. So,
That was my Amber.
like always,
Whoa.
we do. What?
It's my 311 reference.
I literally had no idea what you're talking about. I was just like
Yeah, nor would
staring at you
anyone,
strangely.
unless you're
It's like,
a
all right.
35-year-old Hispanic mom with 2 kids.
Oh yeah, your Tinder
She'll know
profile.
311. I think it's a shaman band. Anyway, we did meet and do. We are
As
ready
always.
to give a bar and restaurant review.
You did.
And,
You guys brought me to dinner. Thank you again.
We did meet up for dinner tonight, and I will say it's one of my old haunts from 20 plus years ago, the Longhorn Bar and Grill, over off Mission Gorge.
People mistake it for the steakhouse type.
Well, I will say, like, when I first mentioned it to AO, he was like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Not Longhorn Steakhouse, bro. I'm talking about Longhorn Bar and Grill."
Yeah, I thought you were
which
talking
is
about
a
the steakhouse.
50 or 60-year-old bar and grill here in town, right off Mission Gorge and Friars. Fucking killer old school bar.
Super
We
good.
walked in, and fortunately enough, we walked in on a benefit for Nancy, who used to work at King's. She's unfortunately suffering from ALS, and they had a benefit for her tonight. So we were fortunate enough to be a part of that. But getting back to brass tacks, the restaurant itself, the bar itself, what do you guys think?
It was awesome.
I
It's
thought
good
the
food.
vibe was good. I was surprised. Like he said, it was like a small bar that comes around. I didn't even get to go check around the other side that you
dude,
said
it
it's
opens
popping.
up
Yeah, it
again
opens
in the
up.
back.
It's pretty big.
And you said that's one of the first bars you kind of got your buzz, or that was like the first time.
Oh, and I was just saying, last time I was there, I was way hammered, and I didn't remember who I was with.
Yeah, no, the bar itself is great. It's an old school bar vibe, but serves burgers all day and all night. The place is packed for food.
It was Monday Night Football. It was
I mean, it was busy, but the place itself is awesome.
and then
I
you
just found out that
you ran into your old owner friend.
an old buddy of mine, Toby, who was a bartender down at World Famous down at PB, had bought it with a buddy of his, and apparently my friend Christine and her husband bought out Toby.
She was really
And
nice.
she's a new owner. Yeah, she's great. Known her forever. Her and her husband are partners now, And you know what? They haven't missed a beat. Haven't changed anything. Thank God. I hate when bars, upgrade and change. I think Mitch and I were talking
Yeah, we were
about
definitely talking about that.
Like that.
We like the old school.
Keep it old school. If it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality.
Punk rock.
Ayo, what do you think? How was your bison burger?
Yeah.
We both got the bison burger.
Yeah,
you guys both had the bison burger.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
think?
good.
Was it good?
It was really good.
I wish I got the tater tots. I got fries. They were good fries, but your tater tots looked
Dude,
better.
tots always win. I would have got
I know.
onion rings. I'm an onion ring guy, but tots, man, tots are hard to beat.
Yeah.
They had the sesame bun, so I don't know.
I
That's
liked
only-
it.
The
You liked
fuck
it?
is that supposed to mean?
That's like the classic
Dude,
bun.
sesame bun
That's the
is
way to go.
burger Americana,
What,
dude.
do you want Wonder Bread?
Oh, God. I think we might omit AO from further burger reviews.
Okay, if I give the Crazy Burger a one step above these burgers, because they have the alligator. I like the Crazy Burger.
You like alligator? Is that what you're saying?
They had more options. They had more exotic elk. This only had the bison. If we're
Do you eat alligator and elk?
I'm gonna try it.
You
You haven't
don't
even had
on
it.
the reg.
No,
So then how can you rate it higher if
No,
you've never even eaten it?
I'm rating the whole
So
restaurant.
they could have
the Crazy Burger has.
So what if
I had
Longhorn
bison
had,
tonight.
like, what if they had barbecued cat shit burger because they have another option you haven't had? Would that make it better?
I'm going on Burger and Burger. I had the bison tonight. Crazy Burger was. It was.
Yeah, but you had beef at Crazy Burger. You didn't have fucking elk or alligator or any of the other shit you were talking about praising them for. And I'm not even knocking Crazy Burger because they're the shit.
They're really good.
That place is fucking awesome. But Longhorn, legit.
I like the old school vibe.
And
the people were amazing.
You gotta love Kim. Kim was a great server.
Yeah,
she was
she
on
was
top
very
of
nice.
shit.
She was
Great. Right? Total sweetheart.
And they have soup and salad. I'm going there for that.
Oh, soup and salad. I didn't know that was your jam.
That's my jam.
High roller.
My
Yeah.
apologies. All right, well, we're going to close out this episode with our final sponsor, and that is Deco Lighting. If you need any LED or type lighting for any kind of business or warehouse function, look no further than Deco Lighting. You can find them at www. What the hell is this? I need light. Billy the Kid is blind.
It's www.getdeco.com.
Oh,
That's
getdeco.com. That's right.
GETDECO.com.
Thank you. Oh
Deco
my
Lighting.
God.
It's lights.
It's lights. See, Mitch is my new plug man. Do you hear that?
He's awesome.
Hey, what do you think?
I
I think Deco might want to hire fucking Mitch. I don't know if the punk rock scene fades out for you, bro.
There's
You
always
might have
lighting
fucking-
advertisements.
You might have a plug as a.
This was
lighting guy.
This was
No,
an
it's
awesome
right.
show.
www.getdeco.com. Yeah, no, you nailed it, bro. All right, guys.
All right, I want to thank
you
Mitch,
very much.
Mitch McSteamy.
And I want to thank you
Exactly.
guys. Ayo, Billy the Kid,
Thank
for
you
having
very
me
much
on.
for being here with us and shooting the breeze. This episode will be up soon, and we look forward to shooting another one your way. All right, guys. Be good. Talk to you later.